You jumped out just before I noticed you.
I thought you already started.
Anyway, folks, welcome to tonight's MegaMets podcast, the Elimination Chamber 2026, the final PLE stop before WrestleMania for the United Center in Chi-Town.
There's only 4 matches on this card.
Given since it's out of order, we'll do with what we think is going to start it off, and then we'll do with what we think is going to end it. We'll start with
the Becky Lynch match would start off first.
I don't know, maybe save that for what I think will be the first match. The Women's Chamber. Winner of this faces Jade Cargill at WrestleMania 42. Tiffany, Straton, Rhea, Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez go at it.
6 women, one match. How would it end?
Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not put Mommy in the main event of WrestleMania.
I agree.
She's one half of the women's tag champs with Io Sky. Makes no sense to put her back in the title spot unless you want to split the team and have Rhea turn heel because Io's getting jealous of the fact that Rhea's getting more title shots than she does.
Uh-huh.
But at the moment, not at this moment. So Rhea is crossed off.
Uh-huh.
While it would be interesting for Raquel to win this match and then give Judgment Day the possibility of having control over both women's titles, since Liv is going after the world title at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Her against Stephanie Vaquer. The problem is that as a trade-off, you'd have to split Judgment Day up, with half of the group going to SmackDown and the other half going to Raw. That's the main drawback of putting Raquel in that spot, in the main event spot.
True.
And Kiana, forget it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would find it funny if Kiana James wins the Women's Chamber, but it's not happening. Because even if she did, Jade Cargill would crush her like a fucking bug.
Exactamundo.
That leaves Alexa, Asuka, or Tiffy.
Mm-hmm.
They need to further build up the breakup between Alexa and Charlotte before Alexa can focus on singles competition again. So I don't see Alexa Bliss winning this.
Yeah.
Asuka or Tiffy. And the hell with it. I say Elimination Chamber is Tiffy time.
I'll probably be voting for Tiffany. Like I said, I don't watch wrestling, so I'm just going to make my guesses as I go along.
I mean, especially when you consider Tiffany has not invoked her rematch clause yet because she was out for the last few months due to a couple of months due to an injury.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's Tiffy time in Chi-Town. And then we run it back between her and Jade at WrestleMania.
Oh, yes. True.
You're up. You want to do AJ versus Becky or Punk versus
AJ versus Becky, essentially.
Okay, for the Women's Intercontinental title. I am not going to lie. I have hated Becky's character for the last year, where she's just this whiny, when she has that title, whether she has that title or not, she's a whiny bully bitch with a victim complex.
Because of course she does.
And for the last 4 or 5 months, she's been blaming AJ Lee for the crap that's happened to her, when some of it has been brought upon herself.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, AJ wasn't even in the Women's Royal Rumble. Well, Becky got eliminated by Natty.
Yep.
So if anything, Becky should be taking her wrath out on Natty, not AJ. But then again, it would be heel versus heel, and that's a little too stupid at this. And you know, Trips seldom does that. He is very black and white in his booking.
He's always is.
But then again, aren't all wrestling bookers in one way or another very black and white?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. with tournament block action matches, New Japan, the Japanese promotions are willing to experiment with the shades of gray, but it's just basically for faction supremacy, nothing else.
Yeah.
Having said that, I could see AJ Lee going over and shutting Becky up, if only briefly, which sets up a rematch between the two at WrestleMania. But I think there should be a stipulation added to this match tomorrow night. We know that
There
Becky's
should be.
And the stipulation is no champs advantage. Becky has been really healing it up and proving how much of a bitch she can be. So we know she'll try to take the easy way out to try to hold on to the title, whether getting counted out or disqualified. She doesn't lose the belt that way if that happens. However, if you strip that away from her, she's on her back foot. She can't afford to get disqualified or counted out. If she does, AJ becomes the new women's Intercontinental champion. But I highly doubt that they'll do that. Having said that, I'm going to go out on a limb and say AJ Lee wins the title. Though I wouldn't be too surprised that if Becky cheats and it sets up a return match between the two at WrestleMania where Becky gets put in her place once and for all. Would you?
Yeah.
Don't you mean no?
You're right. You're kind of right.
So you taking Becky or AJ?
I'm picking AJ.
Okay. Next up for the men's World Heavyweight title, CM Punk versus Finn Balor. No Judgment Day at ringside. They got, in terms of turning Finn babyface and having him leave Judgment Day, which sets up him against Dom for the IC title at Mania, they got to pull the trigger here.
They may as well by this point.
He loses, but loses with dignity and with his integrity intact. This leads to Judgment Day attack, Dom and JD attacking him and kicking him out. His plan of basically driving a wedge between Liv and Dom by bringing in Roxanne Perez into the group when Liv was injured, it backfires on him. Then he decides, fuck this. For the next 7 weeks or so, he goes on a one-man mission to eradicate the Judgment Day. First, he takes out McDonough. Then he finds a way to isolate and pick off the girls until he's got Dom in his sights. And we resurrect the Demon, where he bludgeons Dirty Dom to death and takes from him the Intercontinental title. But when it comes to this match, no brainer. Finn, GTS, you go to sleep.
Indeed.
Punk wins.
Punk wins.
Want to close this out?
Now we reach the main event. Randy Orton versus LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes versus Javon Evans versus Trick Williams versus Jey Uso for the Elimination Chamber match for an undisputed title match at WrestleMania 42.
And we all know what's at stake here for Cody. This is his last chance to get his hands on Drew. He's got to win this, no matter the cost. Because that whole no rematch clause in the 3 Stages of Hell contract has been eating him alive for the last several weeks. For the last month and a half.
Yep.
If he loses here, it's game over. He's locked out until September, and he'd be locked out for the next 6 plus 7 or so months. 6 plus months until Money in the Bank in New Orleans, where he has to win the men's Money in the Bank match and get the briefcase. I get Trips is trying to build Cody back up as a chaser again and a long-term chaser, but this is going to do more harm than good long-term in my view. Just get out of the way. Cody wins the chamber, and he finally gets his hands on Drew. But this time, to ensure that there's nowhere for Drew to run and nowhere for him to hide at WrestleMania, Cody makes the stipulation that at WrestleMania, it's him versus Drew. Hell in a Cell!
Yep.
Because that's what I think it's building to if we're going to get Cody to turn heel at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's your pick?
Let's see. Who do I pick? That's pretty obvious. I'd probably throw a bone and say Cody Rhodes.
And there you have it, folks. The MegaMet podcast prediction for Elimination Chamber 2026. I'll be back in a little less than an hour to do a live react to New Beginning in the USA from New Japan Pro Wrestling on the Hardcore Network and on my own channel.
Mm-hmm.
Next time you'll catch us collaborative. You ever doing March 6th for a Noah show on the 8th?
March 6th. Let me see. That's on a Friday. All right.
Correct.
I'll do that. I'll join for that.
Because trust us, me folks, for March, we're going to be bouncing in and around the land of the rising sun, predominantly with the Cyber Fight promotion events.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for promotions. That's it for including a first time ever for us.
Yeah, we're just a bit soon. Because tomorrow is the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, wait. I do NXT things on my own. That's it for tonight's episode of the MegaMets. Hello, Raph. We've picked Tiffany and Cody to win in the chambers. Comment, like, and subscribe to both our channels. He's Mega Man G. I'm Mets228. We are the MegaMets podcast. Goodbye and good fucking night. Bang.
Bang.
See you next Friday.